All right, hey everybody, this is Ryan Boyles. I'm coming to you live with another IBM Insight video chat. We're talking about IBM's Data and Analytics Conference, and each time we do one of these hangouts, we are explaining a little bit about Insight, a little bit about the curriculum, who's involved behind the scenes to make this awesome event in Las Vegas happen. And today we have a special guest to talk about the developer program, which we call Dev at Insight, and or Dev at for short. And I want to welcome Brian Bryson to the chat today.
Mr. Royals, thank you. It is a pleasure to be here, and thanks for the soapbox. We want to get the word out of what we're doing here.
Well, I'm in game show host mode right now. So let's get right into it. This is the part that energizes me the most. I know we've worked a bit before on previous DevAts, but I know you're very excited about this year's program because of all of the good things going on. So why don't we get right into what is Dev at Insight?
Yeah, sure. So we've been working on this program for a while now. A couple other conferences we tried it, and I sort of feel like we're sort of following this agile methodology where every conference we deliver some new functionality. I think we're really coming to a really good milestone on this one. So this time we've got a really strong structure for the conference. So we've got three main types of activities: the learn, the ask, and the try. And what we've done is we're giving people a chance to just learn stuff. And the way we're doing that is with lightning talks. So we're doing 20-minute talks, all on very technical topics. So, all pretty much delivered by our own engineer or by engineers or subject matter experts. So really technical stuff in the lightning talks. Every 20 minutes from 12 to 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, easy just to sit down and sort of just get the latest there. Now, if that sparks some questions or, makes you want to figure out more, what we've done is a lot of those lightning talkers, we have put them on Ask Me Anything pads. So this is kind of the ask area. And we've basically given them a pad, we've given them a nice big screen, a whiteboard, and a place where you can go have a sort of a one-on-one discussion with them and find out a little bit more either about what they were talking about or get your questions answered, or maybe get an even more in-depth demo. So it gives you a chance to sort of interact as opposed to, a dialogue instead of a monologue.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, no, I think it makes perfect sense, right? Because that's the whole idea here is to connect people on, with technical experts so they and offer practical advice. And then let me be simple. The best thing going on at Dev at Insight is the labs. And these are lightning labs. We run them from 12 to 3, but it's not like it's a 3-hour lab. You drop in and they're all designed so that it takes 15 minutes to complete the lab. So you walk in, you're handed a document or you're pointed to a web page, depends on the different lab. Pointed to a web page, it has a bunch of steps, and in 15 minutes, you accomplish something. Maybe that's integrating Watson into your app. Maybe it's learning how to do data analysis with Spark. So it's, we sort of set up these labs to be very quick ways to get your hands on it and try it yourself.
Very cool. Well, so I know that all of this is meant to be lightning fast, of course. Everything that you're doing is rapid fire. That's really the whole point of this. It's very much the developer mindset. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this manifesto that you've created for the event?
Yeah. So I don't know what it is about manifestos. I think it's kind of a weird thing, to be honest, but it's part of that dev culture. And so, I mean, this is all about developer to developer interaction. So we made our own manifesto. And these are the rules that we have challenged everyone delivering content at DevAt to live by. And the first is how, not what. We are not selling anything here. We are teaching. So we want everything at DevAt is where you learn how to do something, not what something is. Second rule, oh yeah, you have to. This is,
no, I love it.
We're not managers. We can't sit around for hours in conference calls and meetings. You got to get things done. So the other one is explain like I'm 5. So Eli 5, and so just how, not what. Explain like I'm 5. No marketing speak. We don't have time for that. Just make it simple, make it clear. Tell me how to do something. No flowery language. And And then, finally speed. Everything is fast. Lightning talks are 20 minutes. Labs are 15 minutes. And then the Ask Me Anything, it's just a conversation that, you take as much time as you really need there. But those are meant to be quick discussions. I got a question. Here's the expert with the answer. That's how it goes.
That's perfect. I love this. It's very, to me, no nonsense. It's you're cutting through the gorp, and really, I think it gives you. There's so many. I guess this really helps because there's so many technologies that we're going to have in this space, and with all the SMEs that are involved. That I know. I've seen your curriculum list, like the spreadsheet, and it's massive. The amount of stuff that you're putting into this program is impressive. So why don't you talk a little bit about the activities and the technologies that are going to be in this space?
Sure. So yeah, the design of DevAt. So we basically run from 12 to 3 because developers' brains don't really kick in until noon, and by 3 o'clock things start to fade. So we actually specifically targeted 12 to 3 for the developers, with the challenge that we can do more in 3 hours than the conference can do all day. So that's why everything is fast, and we had to cover a wide variety of topics. So the cloud you've got up there now are the topics that we covered. And you can see they're all over the board. Obviously there's, things like analytics. This is Insight. It's the analytics conference. So the obvious stuff like that is big, but it's broad. We're getting into how to use data from the Weather Channel. We're talking about Tea Leaf for mobile analytics. There's a lot of stuff on Watson. There's obviously SQL. There's no SQL. We've got some interesting stuff going on with Twitter, and then there's just some straight technology stuff like Dash DB and Cloud, and we've got stuff on the Apple Watch and Fluid Query. So we are, in terms of sort of the breadth of coverage, there is really something for everyone on the agenda.
Yeah, you stole the words out of my mouth. Something for everyone, and especially pay attention to those little words, because I find that with this program, what I've found really interesting in previous years or previous conferences that we've done is that when you sort of just open yourself up to exploring new technologies, you can really discover things that are really useful and applicable to your job or to any sort of project. But there's just stuff that you don't even know that IBM's working on, or you don't even know that our partners are working on, and so it really reveals some really cool work.
Yep, that's what I call the conference benefit, actually. You go to a conference, you're obviously looking for the sessions that are really relevant to you, but every once in a while something catches, out of the corner of your eye, you spot something that's really maybe not directly related to what you're doing, and you can pull some stuff from that, and hopefully that's what you can do it in DevAt, because it's all really fast, right? If you're not interested in how to get running on Spark, wait 10 minutes and there'll be a brand new topic, and there'll be something there that maybe you can pull some value from.
Cool. Yes. That's my philosophy with most events, but I think it's definitely relevant here, where you've got so much. It's rapid fire. You want to make sure that you really do learn something and take something with you, and something that's, like you said, it's the how that you can learn. So let's talk. Do you want to talk about the design of this area? Because I've got to admit, it's in a different location, but not only that, but it's very cool looking.
Sure. So let me talk. So first of all, let me talk about the design of the time and then the design of the area. So, just sort of finishing up on that topic stuff. So we got a whole bunch of different topics, but we've kind of, we've arranged the schedule so that like stuff is sort of together. So, Monday is our big data day. So a lot of stuff about some hardcore analytics, a lot of SQL, a lot of NoSQL stuff. I'm looking at my agenda right now. Build your first Spark application is one of our sessions, or how to build an Apache Hadoop cluster in 5 minutes using Docker. So that's the kind of stuff we're doing on Mondays, is all about big data. Tuesday is all about our strategic data partnerships. So this is where we're talking about tapping into Twitter, tapping into the Weather Network stuff. So we've got insights for Twitter, what every developer needs to know. We've got how to spot threats in milliseconds with streaming analytics. We've got easily tapping into Twitter and weather data on Bluemix. So it's kind of that integrating external data look. Yeah. And then Wednesday is Watson Wednesday, which is always, there's IBM's signature right there, is the Watson stuff. Right. And on Watson Wednesday, we've got a lightning talk on building cognitive search apps. We've got a full 3 hours of meeting the Watson developer team. We've got a neat one about trusting my career choice with Watson. So a guy applied Watson analytics to which career he should end up in. So there's some pretty cool stuff, sort of time-wise of the design.
Yeah.
And then I think you wanted to talk about space-wise, because the space is really cool.
Yeah. Well, that kind of stuff. I mean, the themes are really on the money, but I just really got overly excited, I guess, when I saw this space and saw a lot of the cool activities that are happening in there. So
yeah,
let's spend the last 5 minutes really diving into that.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we've got these, we've got these kind of learning stuff, right? You learn, your ask, your try, your labs, lightning talks, and whatever. But we've also got play and chill areas. So the chill area is, well, it's just kind of the whole space of the chill area. There's sort of couches thrown around everywhere. There is lots of plugs, so that basically you can recharge your devices and recharge yourself. It's just got a cool place to hang, right? It's just got a nice feel to it. Lots of furniture. You want to hang out, you want to grab a coffee, place to sit down and meet. So it's kind of got that feel. And then sort of on the perimeter of the area, we've kind of got some fun stuff going on. So we wanted to show off some of the technology that we're talking about, but in a fun way. So we're flying drones via Bluemix. We've got, which is pretty cool, right? So you're using Bluemix in your phone to fly a drone, and it actually takes a selfie of you and stores that, and lets you post that thing up to Twitter if you want. We've got a couple of fun ones. We've got a celebrity match. So it's just a kiosk. You walk up, you enter in your Twitter ID, and it will, using Watson technology, analyze who your friends are. It'll analyze the tweets you've made, the tweets you've retweeted, and go through basically your history of Twitter in and out. And it will match you up and tell you which celebrity you're closest to. So for me, I got Slash. So I'm not actually sure if that's correct, because I don't know what Slash does on Twitter. But apparently I am IBM's version of Slash.
The guitarist, right?
Yeah, from Guns N' Roses. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wicked.
I was okay with it. He's got good hair. I don't, so we're okay there. And then we do stuff like so we've got another neat one. I won't bore you with all of them, but we got one other cool one on rock paper scissors, where you play rock paper scissors against a computer, and while we're doing that, we're keeping track of stats and which countries are doing better. Are men doing better than women? Is North America doing better than Europe or Asia, or all sorts of? So we're using Spark in the background to do analytics on the fly. So we're doing some kind of neat stuff there. And of course, this being a developer thing, there's T-shirts involved, of course.
Oh yeah,
T-shirts.
You gotta have the developer swag, right?
Exactly. So there's a point board. So for every activity you do, whether it's a lightning talk, whether it's a lab, you get points for this. And there's a leaderboard. So of course, we can see who's, and there's you go ahead and cheat the system if you're clever. But once you get, I think you get 800 points, you can get yourself a T-shirt, and then the top 20, 30, 40, something like that. The top people in the contest get put in for a draw, and we've got some pretty nice looking grand prizes that we're pulling together. So there's some cool stuff going on. I'm really happy with what's going on this year.
It is a lot going on in kind of it's a new location. We should touch on that, right? It's it's dead in the sort of center. Like you walk right into the expo, and you're going to walk straight back, and you see the big triangle, layout that we've shown on the screen here today.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to be jam packed.
So here's the thing, right? So we got an upgrade and in location, in that we had our own space before, and it was great. But really what's happening is all the receptions are in the expo hall. So everybody flocks to the expo hall for free beer. So we thought, well, why don't we flock to the expo hall for free beer? And so we asked for space in there, and they gave it to us. Now, of course, us being developers, we got shoved to the back, but that's totally cool. We are front and center, we're back and center, if you will, at the back of the hall, and we've got craft beer and better food. So
yeah. So, no, I think it's trust me, it's a win-win-win. I think for you and everybody that shows up.
No, yeah, it's awesome. Now we've got the food, now we've got the location, we'll get the traffic, and we get the craft beer that you can only get in DevAt, because I was not letting them serve light loggers, not to name any brands,
Right.
in my area. That was not going to be acceptable.
Let's cap this off and talk about where can people find out more? Of course, the answer is the Insight 2015 website, but talk about, like, I know that we've had just a massive update to all this information this week.
Yeah, so this week our schedule and speakers all got locked down, so we went live and pumped that out on the website. So if you head over there now, so it's just ibm.com/insight, and then you'll find yourself in the area. You'll find basically you'll get a description of our main activities. So that's what the Learn, Ask, Try part is about. The week at a glance is kind of how we structure our day, and that's the big picture. But there is a link there to our agenda builder, so you can actually see the individual sessions that are there. And then it's kind of weird. I feel like I'm sort of the parent of this, and I'm picking my favorite children. But I went in and I picked some of the best lightning talks, some of the best Ask Me Anything hours, and some of the best labs, and put those up as top sessions, just to give an idea for people of a feel of what's the kind of stuff that you can see and expect, and when to go in. So some of the stuff that I was already talking about, lots of watts in there. I see the Apple Watch is up there, building your first Spark app. Those are ones that I recommend, and they're also very representative of everything that's going on in DevAt. So ibm.com/insight on the DevAt page is where all this.
And that's right under the sessions tab for everybody that didn't catch that when I was scrolling through the page. But I think the main point here is those are just the sessions that you sort of wanted to give top billing this week. There's many more to choose from. Over 50.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
You will get more in 3 hours of DevAt than you will get in a full day of Insight.
And there's lots of fun wrapped around those 3 hours with other stuff as well at Insight for sure. So thank you for this lightning round talking about DevAt today.
Yep.
I think we did it. 15 minutes.
Everything is fast in DevAt world.
This has been the shortest Insight chat that we've had to date. I thank you for that. It's been awesome.
Awesome, dude.
So this is Brian and Ryan, I guess, signing off, talking about the DevAt program, and we want to make sure we see you there in the expo hall at the DevAt space during Insight, starting on the Sunday night welcome reception that starts within the expo hall.
Awesome. Thanks, dude.
Thank you, and we'll see you all at Insight. Talk to you later.